Most people think they are in control of their minds, but the truth is, you are living a script written by your past traumas and hidden biases. Today, we are uncovering 20 psychological insights that will change how you see everyone around you, and more importantly, how you see yourself. If you've ever wondered why people act the way they do, pay close attention to what's coming next. Human behavior is often driven by the silent battles people fight within themselves every single day. We judge others by their actions while judging ourselves by our intentions, creating a gap in understanding. To truly master the art of observation, one must look past the spoken word and focus on the subtle shifts in body language. Real intelligence is the ability to recognize that every person you meet is a reflection of their past traumas and triumphs. Number 2 is true power lies in the ability to remain calm when everyone expects you to react with anger or frustration. Psychology suggests that the person who controls their emotions controls the entire room, as silence often carries more weight than 1,000 shouted words. When you stop explaining yourself to those who are committed to misunderstanding you, you reclaim your mental energy. Mastery of the self is the first step toward influencing the world around you. Number 3, the concept of dark psychology reveals that the most dangerous people are not the ones who shout, but the ones who observe in silence. They understand your insecurities and use them as leverage to guide your decisions without you ever realizing it. Protecting your peace requires you to set boundaries that are unshakable, even when faced with charming manipulation. Awareness is your only shield against those who seek to profit from your emotional vulnerability. Number 4 is, we often find ourselves attracted to people who mirror the unresolved issues of our childhood, searching for healing in familiar pain. This subconscious loop keeps us trapped in cycles of behavior that no longer serve our highest purpose or growth. Breaking free requires a radical level of self-awareness and the courage to walk away from what feels comfortable but toxic. Growth begins the moment you decide that your future is more important than your history. Number 5 is the spotlight effect. Is a psychological phenomenon where we overestimate how much others are noticing our flaws or mistakes. In reality, most people are far too consumed with their own insecurities to spend time analyzing yours. Once you realize that nobody is watching as closely as you think, you gain a level of freedom that most will never know. Stop living for the imaginary audience and start living for the person in the mirror. Number 6 is, silence is not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate tool of psychological dominance and self-preservation. In a world that cannot stop talking, the person who knows when to listen gains access to information that others miss. People will naturally reveal their true character if you simply give them enough space and time to speak without interruption. Your greatest advantage in any negotiation is your ability to remain comfortable in the quiet moments. Number 7 is, cognitive dissonance occurs when our actions do not align with our deeply held beliefs, creating an internal friction that demands resolution. Most people choose to change their beliefs rather than their difficult behaviors because it is the path of least resistance. To achieve true integrity, you must be willing to face the discomfort of your own contradictions and make the necessary changes. Genuine transformation is never comfortable, but it is always necessary for a life of meaning. Number 8 is, the most successful individuals understand that motivation is a feeling, but discipline is a psychological contract with yourself. Motivation may get you through the first week, but only discipline will carry you across the finish line when the excitement fades. High achievers train their minds to work even when their bodies are exhausted and their spirits are low. They recognize that the bridge between goals and accomplishment is built with the bricks of daily, mundane habits. Number 9 is our brains are wired to prioritize negative experiences over positive ones as an ancient survival mechanism for avoiding potential threats. This negativity bias means we often ignore 99 good things to focus on the one thing that went wrong today. Overcoming this requires a deliberate practice of gratitude and a conscious effort to rewire your neural pathways for optimism. You are not a victim of your thoughts. You are the architect of your own mental landscape. First impressions are formed in less than 7 seconds, fueled by the subconscious mind's need to categorize every new person. While we like to believe we are rational, our initial judgments are often based on deep-seated biases and ancient instincts. Understanding this allows you to craft your presence with intention, using eye contact and posture to signal confidence and trust. You never get a second chance to make a first impression, so make the first one count. The Dunning-Kruger effect explains why the least competent people often possess the highest levels of confidence. They lack the self-awareness to recognize their own limitations, leading them to believe they are experts in fields they barely understand. Conversely, true experts often struggle with imposter syndrome, constantly doubting their vast knowledge because they realize how much they still don't know. Intelligence is not just about what you know, but about recognizing the vastness of what you do not. Number 12 is psychological resilience is built in the moments when you choose to stand back up after life has knocked you down. It is the mental toughness that allows you to view failures not as dead ends, but as essential data points for your future success. People who thrive in high-pressure environments have trained their nervous systems to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats to their safety. You do not gain strength by having an easy life. You gain it by surviving a difficult one. The law of social exchange suggests that all human relationships are formed by a subjective cost-benefit analysis. We subconsciously weigh what we put into a relationship against what we get back, whether it is emotional support, status, or security. When the cost of maintaining a connection consistently outweighs the benefits, the mind begins to detach long before the physical exit happens. Understanding this allows you to invest your energy in people who value your presence as much as you value theirs. Number 14 is most of our daily decisions are made by the subconscious mind, driven by habits and patterns formed years ago. We like to think we are in control, but we are often just passengers following a script written by our past experiences. To change your life, you must first bring these hidden patterns into the light of conscious awareness and challenge their validity. Real change requires you to become the editor of your own mind, deleting the old code and writing a new story for yourself. Number 15 is a person's reaction to your boundaries tells you everything you need to know about their character and their respect for you. Those who benefit from your lack of limits will always try to make you feel guilty for finally protecting your peace. Healthy people will respect your no without requiring a detailed explanation or making you feel small for stating it. Never apologize for having standards that keep you mentally and emotionally healthy in a world that often demands your exhaustion. Number 16 is the halo effect, is a psychological bias where we assume that because a person is physically attractive, they must also be kind, intelligent, and trustworthy. This subconscious shortcut leads us to overlook serious character flaws simply because of a pleasing exterior appearance. To see people clearly, you must learn to separate their charisma from their character and judge them by their consistent actions over time. Don't let a beautiful face blind you to a person's ugly habits or manipulative intentions. Number 17 is emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions while also influencing the emotions of others. It is the foundation of leadership and the key to navigating complex social dynamics with grace and effectiveness. Someone with high EQ knows that their initial emotional reaction is often a reflex, not a reality, and they choose to respond rather than react. Mastering your internal world is the only way to effectively navigate the external world around you. Number 18 is, we are often more afraid of the idea of change than we are of the actual pain of remaining in a situation that makes us miserable. This status quo bias keeps people trapped in dead-end jobs and unfulfilling relationships simply because the unknown feels more dangerous than the familiar. However, growth only happens outside of your comfort zone, in the space where you are forced to adapt and evolve. The greatest risk you will ever take is the risk of staying exactly where you are and hoping things will get better. Number 19 is, projection is a psychological defense mechanism where people attribute their own unacceptable traits or feelings onto others. When someone criticizes you harshly for something they themselves are guilty of, they are often projecting their own internal shame. Recognizing this allows you to stop taking things personally and see their attacks for what they truly are, a reflection of their own inner turmoil. You are not responsible for carrying the weight of someone else's unresolved psychological baggage. Number 20 is, true maturity is the realization that you are the only person responsible for your happiness and your healing. Waiting for an apology that may never come or for the world to become fair will only keep you stuck in a cycle of bitterness. High-value individuals take full ownership of their lives, refusing to play the victim even when they have been genuinely wronged. When you stop blaming others for your current circumstances, you finally gain the power to change your future.